Hello and welcome to the Every Saturday podcast for a brand new episode this week where Rangers once again in the Scottish Premiership have got under the worst start they could possibly get under. A 1-1 draw away to Motherwell. A lot of very negative reactions coming for this game. I think rightfully so, considering how the games have been so far this season. It's just not really been too great. We know it's a process. We know it's probably going to take a good couple of months to get this team to where it wants to be, but in reality, we should be going to Motherwell. We should be winning the game. After scoring first as well, we should be looking to add a couple more and make it comfortable for ourselves. But we never seem to do it the easy way ever, and it just seems
Aye.
to be that we're stuck in this rut all the time when it comes to domestic football. But we'll get in here. If you do enjoy the podcast, if you'd like to subscribe and share, let us know your thoughts on the game in the comments as well. And we'll get into which was the opening game of the season. Of course, we had the Panathinaikos away game, which I don't feel was quite right to talk about now, considering how bad this was. But obviously, getting through there into the Viktoria Plzen game tomorrow, we'll talk about that as we go on. But the European games kind of take control of themselves. The players can get up for those games. But Russell Martin, I kind of think, hit the nail on the head after the game. Players are too easy to just go and do what they want to do in the pitch rather than put the graft in for the team and follow the instructions. That's what I kind of gathered for what he said after the game, and I think it was apparent looking at the second half at least. But the first half, we done all right. We got the goal, but still a lot of sloppy play as well.
I mean, there was some nice passages of play as well, though. I thought it looked all right. And then obviously, say get the goal and whatever. I just felt like the manager, as I say in the interview, calling them out, and I like to hear that for straight away, just letting some of them know, listen, it's no on, it's not going to happen here with me, which I like that set the tempo with him. But as I say, probably should have used the image for the game. But I mean, you look at Tav and Dow for the goal we conceded, mate. That's
Mm.
terrible. Second half was a real, I thought it was a real hard watch. Some nice passes of play, as I say, in the first half. Thought Raskin done really well. But aye, it was just, I can't believe we're sitting here again. It's another start to this campaign where it feels more like a defeat than it than obviously we've still got a point, but it feels more like a defeat personally for me. It would just be nice if we could start the league campaign looking like a decent enough side where we go there and we put three or four past Motherwell. But aye, it's not to be in the first games of the season. It feels like.
No, I mean that's like 3 year in a row now where we obviously get beat off Kilmarnock in Bale's first game of that season. We get beat. We drew nothing each. Sorry, with Hearts last season. We've now drew with Motherwell. Again, like Russell Martin said, and like this podcast is titled, it is a massive mentality issue with Rangers. I think if you keep an eye on the Celtic game for yesterday, like we probably all were doing. They score in the 87th minute. We concede goals in the 87th minute. We cannot see teams off, but they have the mentality to go even when they're playing bad to win games, and that is the biggest contrast between the two sides. There's not a lot in terms of quality. I don't think the two teams are probably quite evenly matched when it comes to it on the pitch, but Celtic have got that guile to go and win games, and we don't. I mean, obviously they scored late on, but just the play for the second half is not of a team that wanted to win the game. They didn't want to see Motherwell off. Motherwell came at home in front of their own support and wanted to put on a performance for their fans, and they played our style of football better than like they played it better. What we're trying to do under Russell Martin, and it's just really concerning that I mean, we're at this stage where we're three competitive games in. We've done well to get over the tie with Panathinaikos, but I mean, large parts of that game were really, really alarming as
Terrible.
well. And it definitely fed into what we're doing here. Second half is just completely unacceptable. It's so bad. The level of football, the level of performance, everybody on the pitch was just not at a standard that's required at Rangers. I think if you look at the team lineup, the only guy I can actually give any plaudits to is Nasser Giga in the centre half for keeping it as low scoring as it was. Motherwell had so many chances; it felt like they were the team in the ascendancy. In reality, they probably, if they could take their chances, probably like Panathinaikos, could have been about 3-4-1 to Motherwell. That's where we're sitting here. That's how bad it was.
I mean, aye, terrible, mate. Shocking. Um, just even aye, another game. As I saying, you're just start of the season, but I mean, it doesn't help when a manager. I mean, I keep saying it. He's shooting himself in the foot here. It's the most simplest thing to do. Play Arns at right back. Either drop Tav or put him in the centre half area. Yefty, I mean, we talked about it after the game and that. Just a bit the treatment of Yefty is a bit feel a bit unfair, really. Do you know what I mean? Guy but played more games than MD, was it? And he's
Hmm.
just having to sit on the bench now. And as I said, the manager said it all when he said, you know what I mean, a guy like Dessers, who's been the only one we've had a bid in for, is a guy that's like the one that's turning up and he's one of the hardest working. That I mean, that come on, that can't be.
No, no, that tells you a lot about what what we've got involved here at the moment. But if we briefly go through the side and talk about it, I think Jack Butland was okay. He was
Terrible.
probably a bit unsighted for the goal,
He's
but
he terrifies me now. I don't know what it is with Butland, but
it's always going to be the
maybe
playing out for the back in it.
I know, but he obviously made some big saves, obviously in Europe and whatever, and he made some hanging here as well. But I don't know, it just scares me now. Right now, I'm quite nervous with Butland and goals. I mean, it's massive. We get another goalkeeper in for before the window closes. I mean, the defence. I mean, Aaron's he was terrible. He was getting ripped all game. If we're honest with ourselves, Suter just another donkey into really. Do you know what I mean?
Just looks like he's stuck in mud. Like he just
Aye.
can't run.
And then obviously the big boy at the back. I mean, if he wasn't playing, as you say, it could have been 3 or 4
He
tomorrow.
he looks good to be fair. Like all the players that we saw so far, we saw glimpses. Deji Gisama and Joe Rothwell looks like a good signing. Aaron's just isn't a left back, so when we see him at right back, I'll make my assumptions on him. But Nasser Jiga looks like the kind of player that will thrive in a Rangers team. He's athletic, he's quick, he's powerful, and he can
Unit.
defend, which is all the important thing.
He's he's a massive unit as well, mate, at the back. You know what I mean? Tavernier, I mean, he gets the goal again, which I mean, fair play. I mean, that's what happens when you let somebody else. You know what I mean? Have a shot at
Mm.
corner, I would say. But I thought he was really poor again.
Apart from the goal, he was terrible.
Terrible. Midley Parks, I thought Raskin done all right. I thought Nico Raskin was doing really well and he was up for it. The other two obviously I just weren't in the game at all. And in the front line, I don't think we're in it whatsoever. You know what I mean? I know Daniel's getting a lot of stick and all that kind of stuff, but what can you do when you know what I mean? You've got Dow and then obviously the gas man's just getting himself properly going. First game he's properly started, so not much he can probably do there. But as I say, Kieran Dow, dear me, I mean, if he starts on Tuesday, I mean, come on.
No, I mean that's the big thing that I look at with Russell Martin so far. He's made it very apparent that some players aren't going to be part of his plans, or maybe some players are going to be part of the squad, but not as integral as they were last season. And that's where I look at Yefty. He's not playing as a natural left back because he wants to play in Max Arns out of position, but he consistently still plays Kieran Dowell. So I don't understand his level of thinking when it comes to what player's good enough for this team, because Kieran Dowell is not good enough to play for Rangers. Like we've seen it over the past 2 years. He's played limited minutes over those 2 years, and that shows you why. A few managers haven't fancied him because he's not up for it here. And again, like the game in midweek, he switches off at the back post and he just doesn't want to jog into the box or break out, bust a gut to actually to get close to the Motherwell guy making the attack. So, to me, it's hugely concerning that he's been playing like every game. He's played 90 minutes here. And out of position as well. When we've got Oscar Cortez, we've got Mikey Moore coming in, we've got Oliver Antman pretty eminently coming in as well. There's better options there than Kieran Dowell. To me,
Not
that is
even
just a massive red flag.
not even that as well, as I said to you. Why not even just try and push either Aaron's or Tav forward? I think that's a better option than playing Dowell out there, who's an empty jersey, was an empty jersey for most of the first half. Came in it, I mean, he was unlucky not to get his leg broken. Um,
Hmm.
but you know what I mean? Try something, even just like that, until you get obviously the players you wanted in now. Also, we've got this boy coming in, which is fantastic. And hopefully can be involved on Tuesday because we're desperately going to need him to be involved. But to say, I mean, second half was just completely an unwatchable game and no what we want to be seeing here. And as I say, a lot of the fans weren't really keen on Martin, and I think this is just another one that's going to give fuel to the fire in it, really. You know what I mean?
That's it. Like you need to get on off to a good start, and the league's the bread and butter. It's always been that way. It's always been the way that we've had to be better. And if somebody's coming in and talking the big talk and they don't deliver in the first game of the season where you need to win, like this was bigger than the Panathinaikos game, then it's really really concerning. And those people that didn't want Russell Martin or didn't really want to give him the time of day, they've now got ammunition to throw at him and the coaching staff, because some of the decisions to me are just appalling. And I'm totally in the camp that I'm buying into the Martin project. I think give it time, give him players, and we'll see. I don't think you can really see a Russell Martin team with fucking Kieran Dow playing at right wing, right? So let's give it a bit of time. But some of the decision making on Saturday night and some of the decision making so far has just been concerning to me. I think the fact that he subbed his full midfield off when the game's not even close to being won, and brings on Lyle Cameron, who done well. I would like to see him in involved
Big dog in the house.
in
Big
the
dog
game
in the
tomorrow.
house.
I thought he done well when he came on. He gives you a bit of something different in that middle of the park. Connor Barron coming on, he's not necessarily the nicest player to watch, but I think if you're 3-0 up, aye, bring Connor Barron on, but not when you're chasing the game and Motherwell are outplaying you. And Nadeem Bayrami, who he just flatters anything. He just doesn't do anything
Such a
for a guy that
waste.
you want to contribute to the attacking front. It's aye, that is concerning. Dessers comes on for Danilo, who of course didn't have a great game. Oscar Cortez comes on late on as well, but it just felt like the goal was coming. We hung on for so long. They had so many chances that one of them was eventually going to go in.
And it does get in, man. As I say, you got to look at probably the two more experienced heads in the team, Dowell and Tavernier, for that, like just two of them switching off, not even bothered at all. Um, Actually, I think could Butland maybe get it. I don't know. Am I wrong in maybe saying that? He maybe could get it, but yeah, listen, it was coming all game. It doesn't matter really. They were the better team. You've got to give them credit, I say as well. They've obviously new coaching as well, going down a different path as well, instead of traditionally going for more like Scottish, what I mean, UK kind of managers are going a bit forms now. So and they look decent. I'll give them that. Fair play to Motherwell, but aye, we were, as I say, it was coming all game. There was nothing you could really do about it, was there really?
No, and that's the big thing. And Russell Martin gave a pretty fiery post match interview to Sky Sports, to the Rangers YouTube channel, and that. And I think he shown in himself that he was livid about the level of performance, and that's nice to see. That's refreshing. It's nice to see somebody come in and immediately call it out, saying, "Look, we're maybe unlucky. It's the first game of the season. Blah blah blah." he,
Well,
he made it known that this is not good enough, and some players are either in the project or they have to leave. And I think that is very, very insightful and also alarming, because looking at the team that started, who do you think some of those players are that aren't following instructions or playing for themselves? It looks to be probably a Nico Raskin or Mohamed Diomande. It looks to be some players like that that aren't following the way that Russell Martin wants to play. And to me, that is largely concerning, because they're two of your better players. And it's they just have to, as he said, the mentality, the way that they act at Rangers is going to be different to anywhere else. And it's just clear that some players still don't get it, and they still don't get how massive this is, and how big this
I'd say
could be
most,
if you're a successful team.
I'd say that's most of them. I'd say that's most of them. See, to be honest with you, I'd say it's most of them. You because I would say personally, I'd say, listen, it was nice to see him come out and you could tell he was as raging as we were. The previous two coaches, I think, would have made the excuse of Europe and the
Hmm.
travel and all that kind of stuff. He's not going to tolerate it. That's what I'm liking. I'm backing this guy, as I say, because he knows, you can get a sense from him when he talks. He knows that if he doesn't get results like winning on the first day of the season, instantly knows the pressure's on. He already knows the pressure's on, but instantly it's on even more. As I say, the previous coaches would have made excuses about Europe and travel. It's the first game of the season, don't panic. But I'm sorry, the first game's just as important as any game. It sets a tempo for the rest of the season. Calling them out and letting them know, listen, it's no. I mean, when he was even in pre-season, when he was talking about some of them already broke the rules or something in it, when they were down in England or something. I remember
Hmm.
that on the thing. I mean, that's massive to me as well. You can't be doing that. You can't be disrespecting the coach in a new establishment like that coming in. I don't. I mean, listen, look, there's a lot of players you could probably maybe point at and go, maybe he's talking about him or whoever here. Two of the players you just named there are two players we thought would be gone. And quite honest with you, I would be happy if the two of them went. We get the money in, we recruited You know what I mean? We go
That's
again,
it.
but
See if he doesn't have those two players in the idea the way he wants to play, then you have to honour the manager's choice. Like if you want to make this a successful thing, then he needs the players that he wants in
you
to play that way.
can tell the kind of players he wants. As I say, he wants hard-working individuals, everyone that's going to give everything for the cause. And I just think some of these players are more concerned about probably Instagrams and going out at the weekends, innit?
Well, that's a big eye opener anyway. For the get go, I think Russell Martin has to take some stick as well, though. Even though it is the first game,
Absolutely.
he's picked the team, he's played the
Decisions are
players out
terrible.
of positions, he's made the subs and all that. Like he has a lot to answer for himself as well. But what he said after the game at least got me a wee bit galvanised because it's unlike some managers before. But the thing he has to now do is act on it. Like he can't just come out and say that and then keep starting the same players in the same team. Like it has
Well,
to be a complete overhaul because we've seen this with managers before. Like, oh, some players aren't following instructions, whatever, and then it's the same team that plays. So Russell Martin has to be the change in that. He has to at least pick the players that he thinks are ready for the game and that will obviously follow the way the team want to play. But moving on from the Motherwell game, which is nice to put behind us now and hopefully on to bringing better things. Oliver Antman positively looks to be a Rangers player pretty soon. It looks to be the day that we'll get the official confirmation of that one. He's been in Glasgow. He's had his medical. Deal's agreed. 3 million. Not too bad to be fair, considering how much I thought it was going to cost us. I think he's valued at about 6 million. So, interesting that we were able to get this one over the line for a very good price. And he's a guy, as we spoke about him in the episode last week. I mean, 17 assists, I think it was in Eredivisie last season. 6 goals. He's had a real breakout season after a lot of years in Nordsjælland. So this looks to be a positive deal for everybody and a guy that we desperately need to come in and play straight away because we need options out on the right hand side. You cannot watch Kieran Dowell anymore. You can't watch Nadine Bayrami out there. Like I think there has to be a push for him to be involved as early as Tuesday in the squad. Really,
I'd be bringing him on second half, if anything, if you can. Obviously starting him would be a bit thing with it, as I say, you anything but Kieran Dowell. I can't do that. But the same with Bajrami as well. I mean, you think of that guy as well. You know what I mean? Paid decent money for him, and what have we get back for that? Absolutely nothing. Well,
nah, he's
absolutely nothing for that guy.
probably one of the worst signings that we've actually sanctioned, considering the fee. I mean, he comes on the other day and he just
Terrible,
looks
man.
terrible.
Terrible.
Aye.
But the Ant-Man here, let's hope he comes over and does the business. A bit of excitement about this one, hopefully. To say doing it in a team that aren't probably expected to win, to do anything. Now you're coming to a team that is expected to win, that is expected to dominate, and should be an exciting signing, hopefully. As I say, won't judge anything until I see obviously see him play. But if he's anything like the gas man and he scores in his first touch, then we're on to another good one here.
Well, that's it. The wide areas are now starting to take shape a wee bit, which is where we've had to bolster the team pretty largely because there's been nothing there. So Gassama coming in and making a good start to his Rangers career. Oscar Cortez, of course, getting involved and hopefully getting more minutes as the piece goes on. And now you've got Mikey Moore and Oliver Antman to add to that. It does definitely bulk out those areas. And you've still got Thelo Asgard to come back in. You've got Egerman to come back in, which makes us a better team. Hopefully, so I think when we get all of that said and done, we'll start to look a bit better. But I think the big concern, looking at the way that Rangers are at the moment, is just the depth in the squad. It just doesn't seem to be the same quality as the guys that start the game. So the fact that we're
Too many
bulking out
wage
that
thieves here,
squad,
mate, that's the problem. There's too many wage thieves here. There's too many people just collecting a wage and no actually wanting to play for the club properly, no want to commit properly. They just want to collect a paycheck. And I say, you're not doing that here, I'm sorry. They have to, I mean, it's hard, it's going to be hard to get some of these players out the door. Obviously, some of
that's
the
the big thing.
contracts.
If there's not too much interest in anybody other than Dessers, as Martin put on record, then
That's,
aye,
I mean, I bet you would at least hope there's some interest in Raskin and Diomande. I mean, we're hearing links of them going to either Turkey or going to the Premier League or whatever. You'd hope
aye.
they'd be going, hopefully, somebody. I mean, as I said to you, I'd get rid of the pair of them and just recoup the money and invest it properly into the team and go again in the middle of the park. I mean, obviously, some of the players haven't been involved yet, but we haven't got to see like when they come in. I'm sure they'll do the business. Um, But as I say, it's just good to finally get another winger in. I would like to hopefully get another a keeper in and another centre half. And I mean, there's still areas of the team still to recruit, but I don't expect any more until we properly can get some of these lads out because they have to go.
That's it now. Like it's there's a lot of players that even aren't on the bench but just aren't contributing. I mean, Yilmaz is weighing up his options. You've got Matondo, you've got Cifuentes, you've got other guys that aren't going to play. Ben Davies that we're
I
waiting to
mean,
get off the books. So once those players go, wages are recouped. We can hopefully start looking at more players to bulk out the squad. And even the players that are on the bench, I don't think anybody's safe, to be quite honest with you. I think, you need to have a squad of players that you're comfortable with, but I don't think I'm looking at that bench and feeling comfortable with players that are coming onto the field. And that's something that has to obviously get better when we get players back for injury and get more signings in. But for me, I'm at least looking for a left back, another centre half, a striker if we can do that,
and
depending on who stays or goes. Aye.
for me, main ones for me is I say a centre half, a keeper, and a forward. And maybe some more in the middle of the park. But aye, as I say, it's one of them now where but you know what it is as well. You're going to have to accept probably less than what obviously we bought them for. I mean, Yankee Ben Davies like absolutely get done over proper there, didn't we?
That's it. So it's going to be that way. If we want to get players off the books, we'll have to accept less for them. So we'll see how that materialises. But aye, it looks like Oliver Antman is going to be a Rangers player and announced by tonight and ahead of the European deadline at 11 o'clock. The night ahead of the game tomorrow, which is against Viktoria Plzen. So aye, this is going to be another step for this team to take. I think it's a winnable game over the two legs. I think they've just sold their best player to Leon as well, which comes as a nice thing. They've got a player suspended for the last tie with Servette, so it plays into our favour, and we need to get behind the team, and the team need to provide us with a performance to make it comfortable at least for the away leg. That's something that didn't really happen in Panathinaikos. We were under the cosh for a long time, and if they had to take their chances, the game could have been wrapped up for them in the first half. So we need to take the game to Viktoria Plzen. We need to score goals, and we have to be dominant, and we have to see something for this Rangers team that gets us excited for what's to come. But the thing to briefly touch on as well, if we do win this game, is Salzburg or Club Brugge, which again is another level up at this early in the season. I think Club Brugge, we played them in pre-season, 2-2 draw that day. Again, probably the first time either of the clubs have played a 90 minutes with the squads that they had at the time. So that'll be a different ball game if we are to get through. And Salzburg, of course, are Austrian heavyweights. Are always up the top end of that division. So it's going to be a tough game regardless if we get through for us or Viktoria Plzen. But the team that I think has to play, there has to be changes after what Russell Martin said. I think he has to stick with Butland. I think he's won us the game in Panathinaikos. I feel it would be unfair to drop him. The two centre halves will have to stay the same. I don't think I'm comfortable with Emmanuel Fernandez playing a massive Champions League game like this, which says a lot about the recruitment of that player. Like, it's a very weird signing, that one, to me still. Nasser Giga will keep his place. I think the full back areas have to change. I would like to see Max Arns actually just play at right back. I would like to see Yefty play at left back. And to me, this is going to be a big eye opener to see if Russell Martin actually can handle it. Drop the captain. Just drop him. No manager's been able to do it before. It's like the immovable object. Nobody has the guts to do it, but it has to be done. I think you seen in the Panathinaikos home leg, Max Arns briefly playing at right back, got us moving and got us up the pitch, and we scored. Just play him there. He's uncomfortable at left back. Bring Yefty in, who didn't look bad, by the way, against Panathinaikos away from home. He defended well and he gets forward when he had to. So again, I feel the treatment of him is just mental.
No, it is, but here to break the bad news to you, mate. The captain is not getting dropped. There is, I just don't think he's got the spine to do it as well, personally. I mean, I'd drop that donkey shooter personally, and I'd put up Tavern at centre half. I could maybe see something like that. Listen, probably he does obviously. I mean, we thought he was just going to be on the bench all season, probably, but nah, captain's going to be involved, and I think he's going to be involved in this game. I think probably it's going to be the same backline, if I'm being honest. I know it's thing after he said that. I think more of the changes are going to be in the middle of the park. I think That's probably the best midfield you could probably play. And then forward line, I'm absolutely in agreement. The only problem is, I mean, it's Cyril Dessers up top, but I mean, you've not really got anything else here, have we, personally? I don't know, mate. I can't tell you what he's going to do. It'd be nice to be shocked, see Tar be dropped, but I'm telling you, the captain's not getting dropped.
Nah, I don't think he will either. But to me, we're at the point where this will tell us a lot about Russell Martin's credentials to be the manager of Rangers. Is he more concerned about the captain, who, fair enough, scored the other day, but he's cost us the game in the end? Or does he care about what he play, the way we want to play? Because Max Arms is not signed as a left back. Like, that's, to me, is just pie in the sky stuff. So he has to play there at right back at some point. And I feel at the moment, after the backlash of that game and after his comments, that has to be the direction we take. And I feel like that defence just looks a lot more better, like a lot better with the two of them at fullback. It feels like we're going to threaten a lot more going forward.
No, definitely in the full back here, as I say, another centre half would be nice. I mean, blistering pace is what I first think of, obviously, with my Brazilian Donny. And as you say, he done all right when he came on.
Hmm.
Last European game. Aaron's as well, as you said. You know what I mean? As soon as he gets to play right back, gets involved, and we get a goal. I
Aye.
mean, it's just common sense, it feels like, but I just know for a fact he's not going to drop the captain. But I tell you what, big dog in the house, big dog. I'd like to see big dog play as well. My boy Footy Adventures, get him in there. Toty, but he's, as I say, he's got that big dog in him.
Nah, no,
So
I thought he came on and
get booked
at
straight away,
Motherwell
and
he
I
looked
thought
well.
that's a player. That's a player for me. I like that. Comes on straight away and gets booked. Fuck you.
Nah,
I'm getting booked. You know what I mean? I
he
like
was
that.
unlucky. He had a chance as well that he hit well just straight at the goalkeeper. But I think he could be a kind of hidden gem for us at the moment. With the midfield not ticking the way it is, Diomande not contributing, I feel it's a good option to bring Lyle Cameron in. Again, he was mentioned on Russell Martin's press conference about somebody who came on and done the task well. So I think he's probably a cert to start, as is Deji Gisama. I think Cyril Dessers has to start. I think, again, with the Russell Martin mentioning him and somebody that's followed the tasks well and stuff, he'll play. I think the big question mark here is Mikey Moore going to be thrown in straight away. He's just going to be available for us, I think, by the day with his registration and stuff. He'll be in the European squad, I believe. I think it will probably be Igaman and Asgard that will get taken out of that for Mikey Moore and Ant Man. Um, and I think the way we need to see players is just throw them in and see how they do. I think with somebody as highly rated as Mikey Moore that can provide us moments at the top end of the pitch when we've been like just starved at any quality, it could be a really nice time to slot him in there and debut him. Apart from that, you've got who you starting out there.
Nobody.
So
Nobody. Throw him in is the best way. Sink or swim, kid. It's time to swim. Let's see if you can swim. And as you said, we've got nobody else, so you might as well. But nice, obviously, to see if the Norwegian boy can hopefully maybe just be involved or what have you. If he's not going to be hanging in, hopefully for the weekend, because I think he's going to be massive for us. Um, but as I say, hopefully we can. Hopefully there's a response here. You know what I mean? As we said, hopefully there's a response. Hopefully we can play well for 90 minutes and not just a half. It's another thing as well. We've been starting the first half for me terrible, and then second half it comes alive a wee bit. But obviously last game there it was the opposite. Just be nice to play well for a full 90 minutes and get 3, 4 goals. Get us excited again. Get the fans who maybe are a bit concerned back on board. You know what I mean? 3, 4, it'd be lovely. It's going to be a difficult tie, obviously, but I'm hopeful and confident we can get through here and get one step closer to the big prize pot, which is show me the money.
nah, that's the thing now. That the opportunity's there. It's up to the players to put on a performance for us at home. Again, they've got no problem with getting up for these nights. So you'll probably see some level of performance, but I think the quality of the game has to be managed a lot better just for the coaching staff and the players on the pitch. I mean, we need to see a clear identity and a clear motivation to win this game, and that has to come for the
Well,
sidelines as well.
absolutely, but I tell you what, you throw Big Dog in there, Big Dog's going to be fighting. You know what I mean? I honestly, I really like Cameron. I think he's, as I say, he'll run himself into the ground for you. That's my kind of player. He'll run himself into the ground for you. And he's, as I say, he's got that big dog in him. So no,
Aye.
I'm just hoping for a positive game here. I'm hoping for a 3 or a 4. I don't think you can sit in a 2-0 lead again. I never felt comfortable with it the last time also when we get through. Um, just it'd be nice. 3-0 Rangers, wrap it up, go away from home, do the job, and then come back to Ibrox and one step closer, as I say, to getting that prize pot and getting ourselves a big ties.
No, that would be the dream situation and scenario. But aye, it'll be a tough game. We'll hear from Russell Martin probably later on as well. He'll be
I
getting
just
flamed by the media already, so we'll see how he
Do you
handles
know
it.
what it is as well, man? It's just terrible. We're actually still sitting here and we're saying that these players have no problem getting up for European games, but can I get up for the most important games, which are the league games? I know it's only one game. It's early doors, the first game of the season, but I just think that's terrible. How are you not up for it? This is when it really matters because you know at the end of the month, that's when it's all going to be fully
Mm.
properly judged.
You just hope it's a learning curve for the players that they, again,
I
players that
hope
have
that.
been here for a while should know this, but
Well,
the
but
new
that's the
guys that are
thing.
coming in,
That's the thing with them. It's not for the new guys. I absolutely. For the manager, I think this game was massive because you could tell he was proper pissed off like we all were. And I mean, I just hope he's learned, as I say, his decision making's within the game, one of the best. And I just hope the team has changed. I don't have to watch Dow and I don't have to watch, say, Tav be involved, but I've just got the fear that probably will have to watch Tav be involved. But as I say, it's massive. It's massive that you have to win every game. There's no excuses here. You know what I mean? You have to win it every game. It's just. I can't believe we're still saying that. Do you know what I mean? Like, oh, they can get up for this game, but they can't get up for that game. You should be able to get up for every game.
yep,
You know what I mean?
no, that's a big part of the problem, and we'll see how they handle it on Tuesday because the going has got tough now for Russell Martin straight away. So respond to the critics, respond to everybody with a big performance on Tuesday, and then again the pressure maybe comes off a wee bit into the game on Saturday. You're playing Dundee at home. That should be a time to get a victory as well. So
I mean,
I think
even
with the
Brindley.
game against Motherwell, it's just the fact that we've been set in the back foot already. We're already 2 points behind Celtic. That's where we look at. That's where the doubt creeps in because we're so used to this every season. So we'll see how we react to it. That's all we can see. And aye, we'll move on to the game on Tuesday. But aye, as always, if you could like, subscribe, and share, and we'll be back next week to look at that Viktoria Plzen game, any other possible signings or outgoings, and the Dundee game at the weekend. So we'll see you then.